Hello and welcome back today on March 20, 2021. You are with me, Najwa Arifah on MES News, an actual, sharp, and believable program here to provide you all sorts of news from all around the world. Me and my crew will accompany you for the next 6 minutes. And without any further ado, let's move on to the news. A general understanding of the impact of COVID-19 and the role of youth in creating solutions is critical in response to the pandemic, especially now that Indonesia is in new normal pace. People are required to be able to adapt to the COVID-19 pandemic and be able to do their usual activities outside the home while still paying attention to the health protocol. Even though the government has taken fierce steps to prevent the spread of COVID-19, the role of young generation to be active in advocating public health is equally important. So here we are with Aliyya, who will give us more detailed information. Aliyya? Yes, so what is the importance of young generation during this new normal era?
Yes, thank you Luna from the studio. The role of youth, or what is currently known as millennials, is very important in the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in providing information and education to the people around them. The awareness and spirit of cooperation of the younger generation during this pandemic can still be done with various concepts in one way of not forgetting their responsibilities. With the current technological advances, they can help the younger generation in implementing various humanitarian programs and their morality output.
Okay, I see. So the role of youth during this COVID-19 pandemic is really important, especially in providing information and education to the people around them. But Aliyya, we're also curious about some youth community for COVID-19. If yes, then could you tell us what is the community doing?
There are tons of youth organizations in Indonesia that are helpful for others, such as Relawan Peduli Bangsa, or also known as Volunteer Caring for the Nation, who are members of the Bangka Belitung COVID-19 Discipline Enforcement Team for the Bangka Regency area. With Bangka Bersatu volunteers, 12 national social security students and creative youth communities provide COVID-19 health protocol education in Bukit Pilar Matras, Matras Village, Sungaliat District, Bangka Regency. Not only RPB, but there is also Kita organization that continues to educate young people to start entrepreneurship during this COVID-19 pandemic. The economy of disruption is a transition that leads to the era of digitalization. Given the large number of Indonesia's population and internet users who have reached 54%, this figure should be able to make a golden opportunity for the younger generation to foster digitalization in Indonesia. I'm Aliyya Warastuti, back to the studio.
Yes, thank you Aliyya for all the useful information. Now here we are with Nailah, who is currently reporting live in 2nd State Senior High School South Tangerang. So Nailah, how is 2nd State Senior High School student doing so far?
Yes, thank you Luna from the studio. Now reporting live here from 2nd State Senior High School South Tangerang. As is the case of the school, under pandemic conditions, it still races to the best of its ability and still works to achieve its best. The followed contests were the Science Olympics, speeches, debates in English, and many other competitions. Although unable to do it face-to-face, they still follow the online competitions. They are always encouraged by learning and building self-existence, demonstrated through great achievements even during the pandemic situation.
Alright, I see. So they still have the spirit even though the school are under the COVID-19 pandemic. They still races to the best of its ability and still works to achieve its best. But could you tell us about another young participant in the various areas of the pandemic?
Yes, so the role of millennials is necessary to approaching new normal immigration. It can be taught in many fields, such as the millennial generation of art can perform virtual performances to expose online works to entertain and educate communities associated with COVID-19. And a few generations with entrepreneurship abilities can adapt from what originally went offline to online and educate other merchants to switch to open a new line of work that can be adapted to current Indonesia. For example, the first new normal business idea was financial training. This particular training has been done on several social media study accounts, one of which is through Instagram, where they will provide financially related education, from managing the finances and emergency funds to making investment tips. And for people especially young, in this industrial age 4.0 would be a good time to become entrepreneurship and have MES, as all the underlying factors are made easier by today's emerging technology. And those who have health skills or medical personnel can devote themselves to the hospital to assist in treating COVID-19 patients and to educate communities both directly and virtually. I am Azahra Nailah, back to the studio.
Yes, thank you, Nailah, for all the useful information. The role of youth during this new normal era is important. In preparing ourselves towards new normal, massive socialization activities needed to be done so that people will practice the procedures in new normal well. There were some activities that young people could do to prevent the spread of COVID-19, including utilizing social media to carry out campaigns or disseminating posters. As a millennial, we can use technology as a useful thing. Don't ever get tired to always keep working and make new normal add advantage to the new things. Don't ever let this pandemic brings us down. Okay, viewers, I guess the news closes everything up. In implementing the new normal, don't ever forget to always pay attention to the health protocol as the prevention of COVID-19. Finally, I am Najwa Arifah and see you next time on Stykes News.